The name of the game and what we do is getting people on a one-on-one call with where you can really understand who this person in front of you is and really be able to share how you can help. That's really what it comes down to. And so I don't even really look at it as like, I definitely don't look at it as prospecting, but it's definitely like, I technically it is sales, but I'm really just looking to see if you're a fit, to be honest. Like I don't have to twist nobody's arm. I'm just looking to see if you're a fit. I'm looking to really understand you, what your problems and your challenges are. And then I'm also looking to say, okay, well, based on everything you told me, here's the game plan of what I would recommend. And this is how I'm going to help and support you in that journey. And this is what the investment is. So all we're doing now is in the marketplace, we're giving them different avenues to engage with our brand. So we're at a point where we can really serve them and then, get clients and help them achieve their goals. So all I do is I just do different things, right? Like I got, like we do leads. I mean, like I have lead magnets. So I give away things like I forgot how many. I put it inside of the Facebook group. But I got about like 15 new leads in like a day in like 24 hours because I said I got this revenue calculator that's really going to help you determine, how to, how to generate revenue, how many clients you need to get. People went nuts over it, but I created it. Probably, it ain't really old, but I created it like a year ago or almost a year ago. So, but I resurfaced it and I gave it away and I got me 15 appointments on my calendar. One of them just closed yesterday. Right? So, but what if I never put up the post? What if I never gave away something? That person would have never raised their hand. That person would have never got on my calendar and that person would have never got served. So that's what we want to do. Like our ideal clients are on our social medias, on any social media streets. We just have to be consistent, persistent enough, creative enough, and we have to provide enough value to bring them closer into our world and into our community, like our email list, etc. Right. So that's what the PCS process is, which is what we've been going through in these different parts. That's what I've been explaining is that you can't complain that you're not getting clients if you're not following this process, because you're not even putting yourself in position for somebody to even be interested, because posting is not enough to get clients. Yeah, it's going to be webinars. It's going to be Facebook ads. It's going to be, I'm putting out lead magnets every other week. It's going to be, I'm following my ideal clients. So they follow me back and they get interested in what I'm doing. If they follow me back, you're obviously interested. So I'm willing to spark that conversation with you. It's going to be about, if you want to do challenges, I'm about to bring a challenge back. I'm going to do a 4th quarter challenge, and that's going to bring in a bunch of people. We just had one of our members about 1-2 weeks ago do a challenge, and then they booked like 10 people on their calendar that week. So that's what it's about, is doing these different activities, going live, right? At the end of a live, shoot me a DM, text me. So that's what it's going to be. Giving value, and then giving a call to action to talk to me. But how you say it is different. Just like how you would ask a woman out on a date, you might not ask the same way every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might say, I say, yo, hey, I got this revenue calculator that I have a revenue calculator. I was just talking to a client about my revenue calculator, and and he really enjoyed it. And I figured that it'll be helpful, for some of my other people in my community who wants access. I might do another one 2 weeks later and say, hey, I was just using my revenue calculator, and it's really helped me out for this new program that I'm getting ready to create. Would anybody like to download it? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying it differently, but it's the same thing. I have 2 slots on my calendar this week to do 2 free coaching calls, to do some coaching calls on leadership, who would like a spot. That's a direct call to action. That's one of the only direct call to actions I'm gonna tell you to do on social media. Usually I don't tell folks to do direct call to actions like that. Yeah, people love free. That's how you get them in. You know what I'm saying? People love free. Especially since you're trying to generate revenue, your goal should be to pack your calendar as much as possible. And for you, since you're still getting paid over these next 60 days, your goal is to save money, and not only just save money for your own livelihood. So like, you can I would try to have like a couple months rent saved up if you can, and like your personal expenses. But then also have a budget, try to have a budget of like at a minimum $500 to $1,000 saved up so you could run ads, because ads is gonna be a way to give you exposure, and I'll show you how to run it and set it up. I don't even know if you probably don't even have the training that we did. It was probably like 2 years ago we did that, but
I was in that training.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You was in the training, but we did it some years ago. I don't know if you still have access to that, but what I'll do is like once you want to get the ad set up, then I could walk you through specifically the best ways to be able to do that, or if technically at a minimum I'll have you walk you through it, or I got somebody who also too he wouldn't mind walking you through it too. He's not part of the program anymore, so I don't know if he's going to charge, but if you need somebody to hold your hand step by step, I got somebody, because he used to be a member of the program. If you want to retarget people, that's going to be very key, and you want to retarget people. Like when you booking appointments, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to book appointments with somebody who never saw you or heard of you before. But if it's somebody, if you target people who've went on your landing pages before, or maybe they following you on social media, and then for those people, because they've seen your face before, you're more likely to get them to book. So anyway, we can talk more about that when you get ready for ads, but yeah, it's you want to work out those kinks, and the pixels is important. So that's likely what the problem was. So at that point, when you start running the ads again, you want to get that fixed.
The other thing is, what type of calendar are you using for on your desktop?
Yeah. For my desktop, I use Google Calendar.
Oh, you just use Google Calendar?
Yeah. I don't have one that's native to the laptop like iCalendar. I just use Google. I remember having that same thought, and I actually transitioned into the entrepreneur mindset while I was at my job, which means that sometime it could be some conflict, because I was like, shit, well, people taking smoke breaks. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna take my smoke break. I got 15 minutes. All right, cool. Let me call this person. Let me see if let me reach out to some people. Let me send some DMs. Let me do some follows. I was doing this at my job 2 years ago. Every break that I have, lunch, I didn't have lunch. I had an hour lunch, and I would eat the last 5 to 10 minutes. That would be I would do calls during my lunch break. That's how like every waking moment or any pocket of time you trying to get things done in your business, you transitioning into that mindset.
And you was working for Procter & Gamble at that time, right?
No, I was working. Well, I wasn't working for. Well, I never worked for them, but I was working for Johnson & Johnson.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, yep. So I was changed because they got in Jersey they got a technology center in Jersey.
Wow, that was awesome.
So I was in there, you know what I'm saying? And like I had meetings, I had all of that, but they got these little booths. And I'm like, all right, cool. Listen, I got time between this and the next meeting. I know I got to do this and have this ready. So, all right, boom, let me dip in here for like 15 minutes. Let me do what I need to do, send some messages, whatever. And I was busy all day, you know what I'm saying? And look, there was times, how else my coworkers would like, hey, let's go out to the bar and let's go eat out as a team. Nope. They used to be mad at me sometimes too, like, why you can't come? Like, nah, I'm busy, I got things to do. I would go with them sometimes just to kind of try to keep the rapport with the team, but majority of the time I was like, nah, like, because I have calls, I got things to do. Like if I'm getting off at 5 and I got a call at like 5 or 5:30, like I'm not gonna do that. Like I have things to do, you know what I'm saying? So that was a sacrifice, so you got to make sacrifices. Exactly. And the biggest part too is not just doing it as a one-off. You know, one of the things I've been saying through these series that you've been watching is that it has to be systematized, so it's predictable. It has to be predictable. So when I do my trainings, when I do my mentorship Mondays, every Monday, that's predictable. I know for a fact, even if my Facebook ads got cut off, I know that Monday live is going to produce appointments. Even if the Facebook ads got cut off, I know that when I do an appointment post and I'm going to give away something I know my people want, that's going to produce appointments. I know when I do a webinar and a training, that's going to produce appointments. So I'm doing things that I know is going to produce. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, but it can't be every so often. Like it got to be systematized. It got to be what day, what time am I doing it? Okay, I'm promoting for this. I have this training on Monday. Okay, cool. Let me let people know on Sunday at a minimum. Let me let people know Monday morning, right? And it does take work and it takes energy, but those are the people who's winning. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be easy because everybody would be doing it.